Well, here we are once again. I got this big old piece of driftwood I found on the beach. It's got some quilting in here. I did have to make a video cleaning this up, what tools I used to clean up my driftwood. I cleaned up all the gold gray stuff on the outside. It's got this big old gnarly hole in here with some bug holes that go really deep into there. And what I have planned doing is making this a lamp, a wall hanging lamp. Because, well, I have to carve deeper in here, and then you put the light in there, and then that's what you got, eh? So, I've been bugging my good buddy just carve. I've been bugging my good buddy just carve. Rob, what should I carve on here? He says I should carve a tadpole or a raven head, and I said, no, that's just not going to work there, old buddy. It's not going to work, pal. So I was thinking about because you want this to be negative space. Because you got it's all hollow in here. So I thought about splitting it down the middle, carving a wood spirit this way, a wood spirit that way with negative space. But I don't think that's going to work either. I thought about carving down here, a rising sun, some fruity little birds in the sky, and well, that's not going to work either. So all I think I'm going to do on this one, I don't know if there's going to be any useful information, but I'm going to have another smoke. I'm going to carve this and make it into a lamp. And we're just gonna get shit done, eh? Canadian style carving fusion heavy hands. Sometimes when I do my best carving is when I just don't really give a shit and I just kind of carve super fast and crazy. So there's a weird, funky fantasy piece. Yep. Carving fusion heavy hands at its finest. I got to clean up this mess. I can't stand it when there's sawdust on this table when I'm having my breaks. So I got lots of sanding to do on this. Lots and lots and lots of sanding. I'm going to use the sanding mandrels that I normally use. I still got to carve. See that pen here? I got to carve that out so that little light can get in there. I'll be using the smaller bulbs. I think they're the E12s. So I didn't carve down here hollow because where's that bulb? Well, this is the kind of light that I'm going to use. Here's the bulb. So that needs to be down here because I don't want you to see the bulb when you're looking at the piece. So I got to carve that way deeper. Yeah. And this I think where's the cord that I got? I found at first I showed you a black one, but I got this white one. It's good for white walls because it's going to be hanging down the wall. You get these on Amazon. I think they're the E12s, I said. What does this say here? I don't know. But these are for the salt lamps. So you just find the salt lamp plugins. Then they got like the on-off switch here. This light bulb does have the, it's a color changing light. It has the remote control with it. But I don't know how well this remote's going to work when this bulb is behind there. And will the solar remote bullshit reach the bulb? Doesn't matter. If somebody wants to change the light, they can go like this to the wall and change the friggin' light. Anyways, I'm going to sand it and get done what I need to get done and just have fun. Open your mind. And this isn't to show you like, oh, Yeah, look what I'm up to. This is like to help you guys open your mind if you got a piece of wood that's hollow in the back to make it a friggin' wall hanging lamp or whatever. Carve a fucking flying dick with wings in it. Carve whatever you want. Have a good time. All right, so it's all done. I got one of those hangers on the back. I got the light put in. Um, this is stuff from a hot glue gun. It's I believe it's wax. And what I did here, this is epoxy sculpt, but well, it's a epoxy clay. I didn't have any epoxy sculpt, but it's kind of the same stuff. This isn't so cheap anymore. This stuff here is like you got A and B, so you mix them two together. When you get this stuff, make sure you do the good mix and mix them thoroughly, and make sure you don't see any color difference because one's gray and one's white, or it comes in black. It comes in different colors. But yeah, this stuff's gone up quite a bit in price, like just kind of like everything else. But I noticed this stuff a little bit more. I put the case in epoxy clay here. I got to give a shout out to Larry Dibbs over at Wowsy's Workshop because he's we talk about lighting. He likes doing lightings too on his carvings, and I got this idea from him to use this stuff for that. So it locked it in pretty good, and it cleans it up for when somebody wants to buy the piece too, right? So I signed it, Jordan Johnson, 2024. I just drew a J on there, but I carved it in the back on the clay. So the only thing this piece doesn't have is the finish on it. But I spent a long time, well, I don't know, probably an hour sanding this with my flap sander. This one here, I used two different grits. I used 80 grit, then I used 120 grit. This is emery cloth sandpaper. It's called Klingspor, this sandpaper. I just ordered a few big rolls of it. And the sanding manual you can buy on Amazon. I will try and find a link to these sanding manuals. I know they're in my Amazon store. If you want to go there, you'll find them. But you get like 7 of these for $10. And these are great. These are lasting me a long time for sure. So yeah, I'm happy with these ones. And so this was hard to sand because all the quilting in here. So I said, you know what? I talk about quilting so much on my videos when I'm beachcombing and stuff like that. So I got to try and sand this the best I can so people can see what quilting actually is. So I did some cuts down here just to open it up a bit. It's not sanded 100% perfect, but it's sanded enough for heavy hands. Yeah. So it was a fun project. The only thing, I'm not going to give it a clear finish right now. I am going to give it a clear finish, but we'll just do the water test. I don't feel like waiting to finish this video. The water, I'm going to have, because this is cottonwood. It's really porous, means it sucks the stuff in. So I'm going to have to give this 3 or 4 coats of the, what I'll be doing is giving it the finish with this stuff here. This is what I always use. The matte, there you go, Glenn. Hi, Glenn. The Claire matte out there in Quebec. I'll give it a finish with that, but let's just do the water test now and give it a few minutes for the, don't forget I got that electrical back there, so I want to, before I plug it in, I want to make sure that no water got in there. So you can see that quilting now. That's what I talk about when I'm on the beach. And that's sanded smooth. But it doesn't look smooth. Like this is sanded smooth. But it sure doesn't look smooth, doesn't it? Get the different colors up in here with the different woods. So let's last thing to do is plug this in, see if that light works. I hope it does. I don't even know if it's that's the right remote I got with it. So it's not the right remote I got with it. It's only it's not a color changing bulb, so that's kind of what you get. For fuck's sakes. That's why I don't want to have this here. It's just going to get wrecked, this George piece. But let's see here. Anyways, I'm sure you guys got the idea. Super fun to carve. And it'll make a great gift for somebody, or somebody will buy this for sure. Carving Fusion. Over and out. Actually, I'm going to hang it up there, turn that light off, and run an extension cord down here. See how that looks. Okay, there it is. Doesn't hang too straight, but let's do the 3, 2, 1, hit the lights. Oops. 3, 2, 1, hit the lights. There you go. So I think it's pretty neat. It'd be better if it had the color changing light. But one thing I thought about this when I was sitting down, I'm like, hey, that almost looks like a tree in there. So the next piece I find like this, I'm going to carve the tree of life inside there. I'm going to make the face incorporate into be a tree of life with the see what I mean? Anyways, Card Infusion, over and out. That's how you get ideas.